G'day guys, welcome back. My name is Wildkard. First up, I would like to make a confession. I was going into this game, I was hoping for a flogging by the Scottish team upon the Welsh, okay? I was secretly hoping that the Welsh would get flogged, and it looked like my wish had come true. The man upstairs had answered my prayers, right? I bought a lottery ticket, but it didn't happen. But he finally answered something, right? It was looking like Scotland was gonna flog Wales 40 points to nil or something. And I was like laughing my head off. Finn Russell was looking like he was playing with children in the playground, right? In the sand pit, right? He was just like, you guys, what do we do? Crossfield kick. What do we do? Crossfield kick. What do we do now? How about a crossfield kick? Hey, catch this, Kyle Stain. I'm just gonna kick this to you, okay? And there was just like crossfield kicks everywhere, anywhere on the field. It was looking like Finn Russell didn't want to pass the ball, right? And he just made it look so easy. He just setting up tries left and right, just like crossfield kicking the ball away like he doesn't even care. And then he worked. He worked. The Welsh was just like completely out of the depths, completely out of the level. Scotland was just dominating Wales every aspect of the game. The lineouts were stolen. There was so many lineouts stolen at halftime. You were just like, come on, man. Just go to the front. Just throw the ball to the guy right in front of you and hope for the best. Stop trying to even do any moves, right? Just throw the ball to the halfback or to the hooker, or to the prop that's right in front of you, and just call it a day, Wales. Just two ball every time, like right in front. Don't even jump, and it was so bad. You just gonna just do that, mate. Just keep it simple, okay? Just get this out of the way. That's like it was just absolutely atrocious, right? And then something happened, right? Something happened. The Welsh turned the game around. Actually, I couldn't believe this. I'm sorry. I have to apologize to everybody in Australia because I was actually cheering for Wales in the second half because it was so good. The comeback was full on. It was like better than the Rocky movies, right? It was like, how is this happening? How is Wales like just making a comeback with a bunch of rookies and a bunch of people I've never even heard of, and to just like start pounding the Scotland team. And Scotland was just really throwing penalties away under pressure. Got multiple yellow cards because of repeated penalties. Wow, just riding that wave of momentum. There was a hymns and aria ringing in the stadium. I was like, I couldn't even believe what I was hearing, right? And they were just riding on. And most importantly, the reason I was cheering for Wales is because they definitely did not play like England, right? Taking 3 points every opportunity they got. Well, the Welsh took the time, took the hard way, right? Show some character, show some real grit and heart, right? And went for the tries, and they got the results they wanted, right? Despite, losing 50% of the lineouts, they still won the lineout option to try to score tries when they had that penalty, right? Yeah, they didn't just go, guys, let's kick 3 points and, try and milk out some penalties and maybe win the game with penalties. No. They looked at the situation and went, guys, we have 50%, less than 50% chance of getting this line out. What do we do? Let's go to line out. Let's go to the furthest option in the line out call as well. And let's go for the maul. And they did that and they scored a try. Did they score multiple tries? I think they got like at least 1 or 2 more tries, actually. I think they got 2 more tries. And you just couldn't believe it, how quickly they turned this around. And it just showed, right? What a little bit more heart, a little bit of belief in yourself, something that England rugby just don't seem to have. And then I was cheering for Wales because it genuinely put a smile on my face. I couldn't believe how much heart these players had. And they got themselves back within 1 point. Just 1 point reach before finally the Scotland team was to regather themselves a little bit and, started punching back. Wales had to hold on to that 1 point. And, Wales had to hold on to the end. Duhan van der Merwe Went over the try line, looked like he scored, hit grounded the ball on a leg, on a red Welsh leg to stop the try. Absolutely miracle happened there. To even save that try, because if Van der Merwe had scored that try, you would have denied the losing bonus point. In fact, yeah, in the losing bonus point, I think Wales gets 2 bonus point here, right? Because they got a losing bonus point and they got what do you call it, a 4 try bonus point. So Scotland didn't even get 4 tries. So Wales had 2 bonus points and Scotland didn't get any bonus points. They only got just the winning 4 points. So that try saving leg, the miracle leg save, actually I think got the Wales the losing bonus, because if Van der Merwe scored that and Finn Russell kicks conversion, it's out of 7-point reach, they would have lost that bonus point as well. So massive turnaround, and Warren Gatland at halftime looking like he was suffering from some minor bouts of depression, completely stone-faced, no expression, no emotions, all game, to come back 27 points to 27. I was just that was really good from Wales. So I have to admit that I did cheer for Wales just a little bit, okay, a little bit. I cheered for Wales, but that's true story. So yes, let's have a look at some of the match stats for this game. Wales scored 4. I'm pretty sure Wales scored 4 tries. That's definitely 4 tries. Wait, what? Wales only scored 3? I thought they got 4 tries. They definitely scored 4 tries. That doesn't. Yeah, it's definitely 4 tries, because 2 converted tries plus 1. It's not. It's 19. It's not 26. It's definitely 4 tries. There's a missing try here somewhere. Hang on, let me just refresh the page again, because yeah, there we go. That's 4 tries. There we go. I was like, what? Anyway. I was getting a little bit. I thought I was getting a little bit too carried away with my mathematics. I thought I failed maths again, but no, it's definitely 4 tries for Wales. Yes. So the match stats, right? Wales 450 run meters to Scotland 386 at halftime. Scotland was dominating Wales in run meters at 186 to Wales 107. The tackle, what else is important here? Turnovers conceded at halftime. Wales already conceded 7 turnovers at halftime. So they only conceded 4 in the second half, whereas Scotland conceded 3 turnovers at halftime. So they only conceded 1 turnover, because they didn't really have possession at all in the second half, because Wales was just in such a big role there. Tackles made, Wales made 77 tackles at halftime. Full time, obviously, we can see what's going on with these numbers. It's just constantly change. Yeah, full time 155 tackles for Wales, 161 to Scotland full time. At halftime, Scotland only made 62 tackles. Missed tackle count pretty good for both teams. 13 for Wales, 19 for Scotland. Kicks in play, 33 for Wales, 38 for Scotland. The first half, the kicking game was just absolutely dominant by Finn Russell. He was just able to get 50-22s. He was able to just absolutely put in the ball anywhere he wants. And Wales was just like, the return kicks was so bad. It was just like straight down center of the field. It was just like, hey, Finn, show me what you can do, mate. Here's the ball. Right down center of the field. And just make you pick where you want to kick it. And we'll just try to figure it out. And kind of like you were just like, Finn Russell just having a field day in the kicking game as well, especially in the first half. Lineouts, like I said, 50% lineout win rate. Just over 50%. At halftime, it was literally 50%. Halftime, Wales lost 5 lineouts and won 5. So they have 50% win rate at halftime. It was absolutely atrocious. The Scotland actually has 50% themselves as well. But they haven't had that many lineouts themselves at all. Scotland had 3 lineouts in the first half, 0 lost. So in the second half, Scotland lost 2 lineouts and only out of 3, right? So Scotland had a really poor second half. But when you're looking at that stats from Wales, 5 lineouts, 5 lost at halftime, and you come out and make that decision when you get the penalties right in front, easily 3 points kickable, to go for the try, to pull yourself out of the ditch, was really, really admirable. And here's where Scotland really threw the game away. Could have been a lot worse. 4 penalties conceded by Wales. Wales didn't concede a single penalty in the second half, believe it or not. Yes, Wales did not concede a single penalty in the second half. Just let me refresh the page just to make sure that's actually correct. Yes, Wales conceded 4 penalties in the first half, 0 in the second half. Considering Wales has been historically known to be a team that just throws away penalties under pressure, did not give away a single penalty in the second half, whereas Scotland gave away 10 penalties in the second half, 6 penalties in the first half, and 2 yellow cards as a result of repeated penalties, sacking of the more, one for sacking the more, and 1 for repeated penalties. So yeah, I was thinking that Scotland at halftime, literally, I was thinking that Scotland was to win the Grand Slam this year. Looking like that's probably going to be, probably not going to be that easy. And we shall see which Scotland team's going to come out next week against France, right? Scotland has been doing this thing where they come out in the opening match of the Six Nations and completely win that. And then just go on to flounder and lose the rest of the season and finish like 3rd or 4th, right? So that's kind of like, so we have to see how Scotland come out of this one. Oh, by the way, this was also the first time Scotland has won at the Principality Stadium since 2002 or something, since Gregor Townsend was actually playing on the field. So he was still a player back. Well, Gregor Townsend, the coach, was still a player. Was the last time Scotland won Cardiff. So massive congratulations to Scotland for finally breaking that drought there in Wales. Also for this absolutely insane game of rugby. So let's go through the points summary. Like I said, in the first half, it was just Scotland was just like toying with Wales. Essentially, it was just completely out of their class. It took 5 minutes for Scotland to get a penalty in the kickable position. Within 5 minutes, Finn Russell already did 2 crossover kick to Kyle Steyn, and to no results. But he tried it, right? I don't know why this is just the website is just refreshing itself somehow to figure out what's going on there. But and then eventually there was a penalty. Finn Russell kicked 3 points to nil 5 minutes into the game, and then the Scotland just continues to stay in pressure. 10 minutes into the game, Finn Russell, the magician, got the ball. Nice little delay pass to his outside man to Hugh Jones. Sent him through a bit of a space, and Hugh Jones just little pass out wide to Kyle Steyn. Ran down the sideline, got really close, and then the Scottish forwards came in, just pick and go. I think it was like over 10 phases. Got really close to Charlie, and finally, Schumann goes over for the big man, crashed over for the first try for the first try for Scotland. 10 points to nil, 10 minutes into the game. And on the 20th minute, it was just like Wales is just completely falling apart. Finn Russell kicked the 50-22. It was just like, pick your poison. The return kicks on Wales was absolutely going nowhere. In fact, I noticed it was something that Wales was doing, which is like completely incorrectly. So they were putting up these high balls, right, on the 50-meter mark from their own 22. That's actually the reason you kick the ball to the 50-meter mark is not because it's the 50-meter mark. It's because it's a contestable kick. If you kick it from your own 22 to the 50-meter, it's not contestable. But you're not anywhere out of danger. You're better off just punt it down the field as far as you can in that situation because you're not contesting it anyway. Just kicking into 50 just means that Finn Russell gets the ball and he's just like, all right, I'm just gonna counterattack and do whatever I want. Just giving him so many options and you're still under pressure to concede points. Pretty much with any sort of penalties given out. So yeah, there was Finn Russell kicked the 50-22. Josh Adams ran up, picked up the ball out of bound, as I think it was Hugh Jones or someone went up to try to get the ball out for a quick line out. He picked up the ball and just threw it into the crowd. A referee came over and just went, "No, don't do that. Do that again. It's gonna be a yellow card, penalty." And I think this was kicked. I think the Finn Russell might have missed this one. But yeah, penalty for stupid thing like that really should be happening, or just really bad. I think Finn Russell kicked this one. Finn Russell kicked this one. 13 points to nil. 30 minutes into the game, it was just, what do you call it? There was Yeah, so there was so Wales was just getting a little bit of opportunity inside the Scotland 22. They fumble the ball. Scotland just gets the ball to Finn Russell, punted down the field. Nobody was behind the Welsh defense. The ball went about just outside the Welsh 22. Wales line out thrown in, stolen by Scotland. Scotland prime attacking position, start pounding in pressure into the Welsh defense, and eventually there was a eventually Finn Russell again tried a crossfield kick, didn't work out. Eventually Finn Russell got the ball, just took on the line, just literally just did a bit of dummy, ran kind of like went through a little gap. The fullback came up and just little nice. It was so easy. He just looked like he was jogging. Just nice little pop to the side to Van der Merwe. Literally could have walked in for a try right on the post. It was just that easy. Again, Finn Russell made it look like so easy. It looked like he wasn't even trying, and he was just like carving through the Welsh defense like they were just like he was playing against kids or something. Scoreboard ticks up to 20 points to nil. Just before halftime, the Welsh was trying to get themselves in a position to come back. They had a penalty around 37 minutes with a scrum penalty for Wales. They go for the 5-meter line out. The loses the line out. Overthrown. And just on dot of halftime as well, another penalty to Wales. Again, this was easily kickable. They could have easily said, let's pretend to be England and just take 3 points and then just be happy that we score something in the half. But no, they didn't take 3 points. They went for the line out. But then they got the ball for the line out, yeah? And then they knock on the ball. Like literally the first receiver knocks on the ball. Halftime, Wales didn't score a single point in the first half. But you have to commend their effort, right? They didn't just go, let's kick 3 points and make us, and tell ourselves that we've done something in the first half, right? And we reached the lowest bar. No, they didn't do that. They just went, no, we're going to go hard. We're going to go hard and try to bring that mentality in the second half. And sure enough, early in the second half, didn't happen. Again, some kicking game, like I said, Welsh kicking was really, really poor. Finn Russell got the ball inside his own half. Nothing was on. Literally nothing was on. I'm looking at this. Everybody's looking at this, probably thinking, Finn Russell probably just going to kick the ball back, like he's done for the whole game. He ran the ball like really slowly, like not slowly, but looked like he's really not even trying, kind of just ran the ball a bit, wiggled a bit, ran into a defender. And then just instead of just like going, just going to tackle, he just casually pulled one hand out and just popped an offload out to Duhan Van der Merwe. And Van der Merwe got the ball, and it was almost like nobody was expecting this because it was literally like there was nobody was set up to do any moves. The defense was just like completely just like not expecting anything to happen. The offense wasn't anything expecting to happen. And then after this pop, Van der Merwe just went, thank you very much. I like space. I like the ball. Just ran 50 meters and scored a try. And then immediately it was looking like Scotland was going to just pummel this through for an easy win. 27 points to nil. I was laughing hysterically when this try was scored because it was just like, I thought, it was just, it looks just way too easy. Like, Finn Russell was not even trying, it looked like, right? And at this point, 27-0, 42 minutes into the game, I thought there was going to be like a 40, 50 point score against Wales. But then the Welsh comeback begins, right? We're down. Yeah, the score was 27 points to nil, 42 minutes on the clock. So they get a penalty again right in front. Could easily kick 3 points. Wales when we go for the line out because we're not bloody England, right? They went for the line out. They went for the maul. Looked good. The maul was pulled down just before the try line, and then apparently they scored anyway. And the referee said, putting the maul down. George Turner gets yellow carded for illegal putting down the maul. The conversion was missed, which was a big loss. 5 points to 27. There was a few controversial referee decisions. We'll talk about that in a minute. But then we'll talk about when we get there. So actually, let's talk about it now, the controversial decision. So there was a couple points. Actually, let's talk about it at the end of the game. Let's just keep it going. Let's talk about it at the end. The Ben O'Keefe's performance as a referee. 50 minutes into the game, another scrum penalty to Wales. I mean, the scrums to Wales is probably the only thing that's kind of like definitively say better than Scotland tonight. They get the line out. They go for the line out. They go for the more. And sure enough, they went over the try line, and everybody was just standing up. And then the more just like sacked, like collapsed, and then no one was. It was held up, right? So like the Welsh completely lost track of where the ball was in this one, so no score there. 52 minutes into the game, Wales building more pressure. There was some nice little pass over the top. So basically, again, first of all, I think Nick Tompkins is by far like the best Welsh player on the field tonight. He was just always going. I know Aaron Winwright got the man of the match, but for me, I think Tompkins is one that did a lot of the hard work to set up a lot of these things. Like this one, for example, Tompkins took the ball into tackle. He could have just gone down, stayed up on his feet, just popped the ball back to his teammate. And his teammate looked back around over the top, and what's his name? Over the top to Real Dyer into the corner. Try time for Wales. 12 points. And then the goal kicker, what was his name? The reserve goal kicker from Wales. Lloyd. Lloyd just like kicked this one from the sideline as well. So the whole stadium is going crazy. 12 points to 27. There was so also at this point, it's really noticeable that the Welsh attack is really wide. Like it's unlike, kind of like what we're used to from a lot of the Welsh attack, where you just kind of like set up a pod, maybe 2 pods, you do 1-2 pass and you crash to the ball, or like 1 pass crash to the ball. Today it was just spread out really wide. 3 passes for all the ball pretty much always went to the sideline every phase, just completely stretching the defense of the Scotland team, and also just going over the rush defense as well, just keeping the Scotland defense stretched out and keeping the Scotland defense flat, and that has found a lot of space out wide for the Welsh wingers by changing that bit of attacking style that we haven't seen from Wales before. Around 58 minutes, Wales got another penalty. Again, could easily kick for 3. Went for the 5-meter line out. They're feeling it. They're not England. They know it. They're not England. 60 minutes on the clock. Another penalty against Scotland. Referee gives a warning saying more offsides, more penalties. Somebody's gonna go off. So on the 60-minute mark, sure enough, Scotland gives away another. So Wales are pounding the Scotland try line, gives away another offside penalty. Tuipulotu gets sent off, and with a 1-man advantage, Wales starting to build more pressure. There was a quick tap from Elliot D. No waiting for setting up for scrums, no waiting for penalty to kick it off the line out. Quick tap, really close to the post. Aaron Winwright, pick and go, burrows himself through like 3 defenders, went in for the try. 19 points to 27, right under the sticks. And then Wales just keep throwing. And it was just, they're feeling the ascendancy, just throwing haymakers. Him Zaria was ringing around the stadium. Real Dyer got the ball at 67 minutes, ran down the sideline, bit of dancing feet, just literally ran like 50 meters down the sideline, looking for the support. It was all over the place. Everybody was just like screaming for the ball. Eventually, they got another penalty out of this one for the Welsh. Again, could easily kick for 3. They're like, nah, we're not England. They kicked the ball out for a 5-meter line out. And they went for the more. I know, could have lost the ball. They went for the more. The Scottish defense was non-existent in this more. What was his name? Alex Mann. Literally, the more just was just completely like the Scotland defensive more just completely split into pieces instantly. And then the Welsh more just like running kind of towards the try line. And then Alex Mann just saw the try line, just peeled off and just darted himself in for the try. 26 points, 27, 10 minutes left. Can Wales do it? It was just, it was just really nail-biting who was going to win. I mean, Scotland got it, sent it back to it, blew it back on the field, stabilized a little bit. There was a tackle, a couple of tackles this game, in fact. There was a tackle on Crosby from Wales by Kieran Asirati, the prop. There was another tackle early in the game for Scotland. I think it was Scotland on the what's his name? There was another tackle early in the game. I saw on Costello by Luke Crosby. So there were two instances in this game where ordinarily there would have been a yellow card. TMO review. In fact, I talked about this in the French game where I felt like the first yellow card for Willemse shouldn't be a yellow card. And I can't because it's something that what's his name? The referee Nigel Owens talked about last week, where he thinks that if a player has done everything they could to make a legal tackle, and then if head contact was made in that situation, it should just be like play on, because if there's nothing else they could have done to avoid this, it's just the rugby collusion sort of thing. And basically, Ben O'Keefe, the greatest referee in the world, has exercised that idea this game twice. The first time was, like I said, Costello, Luke Crosby hit Costello in the head in a clean out. Again, very low. There was nowhere else to hit except in the head. Completely legal clean out. And Costello had to go off for HRA and completely fouled the HRA. And the referee just says, play on. There's everything that Luke Crosby did was legal. Everybody was low. And there was just completely accident. There's nothing could be done to be avoided. And the second situation happened here as well. There was a high shot on Crosby by Kieran, like I said, Asirati, the Welsh reserve prop. And then they just said no penalty. Again, both players were really low. It looked like Crosby had a black eye as well, just by copying the basically swinging arm side shoulder to the head. And then referee says there's nothing illegal about the tackle. He was low, and he tried to wrap his arms. You could probably say he wasn't really wrapping his arms, but the referees deemed that was a completely legal tackle. It was unavoidable, just a rugby collusion. And no penalty there, no yellow card, no TMO review sort of thing at all, and game played on. So anyway, 75 minutes, Wales has finally got another opportunity. They inside the Scottish half in the good position. They go for the line out. Not straight. A minute later, Scotland. Not straight. Overthrown and not straight. 1 minute later, Scotland gets their line out inside the Welsh half. Over the top, overthrown as well. So both teams loses their line out back-to-back fashion. Wales forward pass a minute later. There was a bunch of scrums reset from this before pass, and eventually Scotland gets a scrum penalty. Kyle Steyn, I thought they was just going to take the penalty goal, right? This was probably a little bit 40 meters out, a bit of a stretch for Finn Russell, but definitely kickable. But Kyle Steyn got the ball on the wing, just completely, bolted down the sideline, got himself 5 meters short from the try line, and referee says advantage over. So no chance to kick 3 points there, had to play on. And then Scotland piled on pressure. Clock was up. All they had to do is kick the ball out. They wanted to deny the bonus point on Wales or get their own self 4-try bonus point. So they go for it. Finally, Duhan van der Merwe picked and go. He dunks the ball over the try line, planted the ball on a Welsh leg. No try, held up. And final score 26-27. And Wales secure that, losing 2 bonus points, I believe. Let me know if that's right. 2 bonus points. And what a game. So let me know your thoughts, guys. I'm very, very entertained by this game. And I've got a lot of hope for Wales to not be the wooden spoon this year after that performance. But again, consistency, it's going to be a thing. This Welsh team has shown that they have the talent, they have the heart, most importantly. They're not England, right? Definitely not England. They showed, and that was something that we can look forward to. Maybe Wales can beat England with this sort of attitude. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. And let me know your thoughts, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks to everyone who supports me financially. And I'll see you guys next week for the news. And have a good weekend. Cheers.